Okay, we're using the Ford IDS to download the software update and install that into the vehicle. Okay, for the placement of the thermometers, as you can see, I have one here that's taped to the outside of the door, and the lead, I have it tucked right here, and I have it taped to the windshield. It's hard to tell, but I have the probe away from the glass so we can get it out of the reflection. So that's the first one. Second one I have here in the back, and it is going through the door, and it's hard to tell in here, but it's taped to the front or the back side of the front partition. Okay, here is again the back. You can see the lead coming through, and I have it mounted by a suction cup. Again, the metal lead is away from the partition. And then I have a third one, which I'm getting ready to tape up. I'll show you in just a minute. But I have that one taped to the rear partition, the front. We just want to make sure. And again, this is away from the plexiglass. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see my hand fits underneath it. It's away from it. With the Explorer running, you can see we're just over 500 RPMs, and we're showing 0 on the speedometer. I'm going to go ahead and use the switches to activate the sanitizing process. And note the ventilation system kicked on. We went up to 1500 RPM, and the speedometer is reading 100. It's been going for like just a couple minutes, and you can see here our interior temperature is climbing pretty rapidly, actually, because if you remember, we started, I think it was pretty close to 80 degrees on the inside temperature, and we're up to 108. Like I said, it's only been a couple minutes. Okay, this is the front, and on the passenger side rear compartment, we're at 85.6. And we're at 91.2, no, 0.4 on this side. So the directions say that this process can take up to like 2 hours. So this vehicle was in for service. So the technician got the engine nice and warm, you know, simulate driving conditions. So it was at operating temperature before we started this. And I don't know if you can hear that, but I just realized the door chime is continuously going off, and as you can see, the doors are closed. Do a walk around on the other side. So none of the doors are cracked open, they're all closed, and you can hear the door chime. And here we are at 115 and climbing.
Almost 5 minutes.
Okay, so 5 minutes, and you can see we're already up to 120 degrees. And I don't know if I covered this or not, so we're trying to get to above 133 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it's supposed to stay there for 15 minutes. Okay, so again, we're talking with Angel. Now, Angel, you had to download the update, and what you were telling me was that it has to be downloaded for each vehicle. It's not something that you can save and put on a second vehicle, right?
So there's 3 updates, one for the PCM, the VCM, and the HVAC, and it's all each individual downloads, so it'll probably take around 30 minutes total.
Okay, and you got to do that for each vehicle?
Each vehicle.
Okay. Okay, so we're at 8 minutes. We're at 128 degrees in the front. I'm falling. And then we're at 97.5 here, and again, this one is on the back side of the front partition, and for whatever reason this side, which is on the front of the rear partition, oh, look at that, it's showing, for whatever reason, I believe that's 100. We're covering the one here, yeah, showing 107. Wow, that's a big discrepancy. Okay,
So we're at 11 minutes around.
We're at 11 minutes. You can see we're at 131.7. That's not too bad. I was thinking it was going to take a lot longer. For the passenger side and the rear, we're at 103.8, which that's a big jump from the last time we checked it. And again, that sensor is on the front partition. It's on the back side of it. And we're at 111.7 here. And again, this is at the rear partition in the front. So what that means in English is the back of the head that's where that measurement is coming from. Now it's hard to tell, but when we started this off, the speedometer went to 100, and I don't know if you can see it, but it says speed 82 miles per hour. That has been coming down. So it appears like, you know, it's not a counter as in seconds. I don't know, maybe it's minutes, but it appears that that's some kind of a counter of some sort. Okay, again, in addition to the timer, you know, the speed going down, when we were reading the directions, it said that you might get a tire pressure monitor fault, and we just got that on the dash. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the best I can do from outside the vehicle. And also, interestingly, the chimes, like the door was open, that has stopped, and we just realized that it did it again when the warning came up on the dash. Okay, we're at 23 minutes. We're at 100, and it's fluxing between 147 and 148 up front. We're at 121.5 and 127.9, 128 degrees. So again, what we're trying to do is get up to 133 degrees plus for 15 minutes. Okay, we're at 35 minutes. You can see we've cracked 153. And we're finally over 133 in the back. So I think that this temperature, this is the cooler of the two rear. Let's see what the other side is. Shows that we're finally at a safe level in the back where we're going to kill the virus. And 138.4 on this side. Okay, one thing, looking at the lights that indicate that the procedure is being conducted. I don't know if you saw the amber light. It appears that every 9 seconds, 10 seconds, that light will go off, letting us know that the testing is still going. Okay, we're at 43 minutes. We're at 159.2 up front. 138. And 142. We're at an hour right now. Oh, the thermometer turned off. Let me turn it back on. And we are at 168.56, 149.5 in the rear. And on this side, we're showing 152.8. We just went over an hour and 6 minutes, and you can see we're at 171 up front. We're showing 151 here, and it's noon, so the sun is directly on top of us. I have a feeling that that might be contributing to our temperatures here. 154 on this side and our variations. So one of the things we didn't do it inside, which maybe we should have, because I'm starting to think that the sun may be, you know, the light coming through the window may be affecting at least that probe, because I really don't think we're at 172 degrees but inside, but I think that sun may be contributing. So maybe on a future test we'll do it on the inside, keep it inside. Okay, again, back of the dash, I know you can't see it. We are at showing about 33 miles per hour with the by the hand, the mile per hour hand needle, whatever you want to call it. And I am pretty convinced that that is a countdown for how long you have left. So again, according to this, about 33 more minutes left. All right, again, it's just over an hour and a half, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up to shut everything down. tire fault. Temperature on the dash is still pretty good though. Okay, at this point the procedure is done. It's hard to tell, but the reverse light was just on, and then it's followed by 2 flashes of the hazard lights. Again, there's the reverse light, and then the double flash of the hazard to let you know that it's successfully completed. If the hazards flash 3 times, it tells you that it wasn't successful. Now that I have the doors open, I can kind of show you that we had the window open on the front partition, and this temperature on this side, I had it suction cupped to, there's a plexiglass panel here right above where the prisoners would sit, and on the other side I had it on the partition glass over there by the passenger side. And you can see the stains. This is all from the disinfectant that they're using to try to clean the cars. Here's the thermometers. As you can see, they're both reading exactly the same. I have the probes just a couple inches apart. So I'm not sure why we had such a big temperature variation, but I think it had something to do with air movement.